Charlie.
What's up, Taylor?
Dude, that nerd in his electric hybrid totally blew the light while texting his yuppie friends.
That's so bogus, bro. Are you hurt?
Yeah, like I can't move my hips, bro. I think I broke my pelvis, man.
Dude, no way.
Taylor, you need to drop a dime and talk with the lawyers at the Advocates Law Firm.
No way, can't afford that, bro.
Your crotch is broken, man, and they don't earn any money unless they win your case.
Dude, no way.
You get injured, the advocates get results. Contact them today at advocateslaw.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
What's up? It's your boy, The Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
Away we go. Welcome to season 17, episode number 3629. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill. Oh, the Ted Smith. And my cock. That's you. All right, the Men's Room. Now. Yeah. Well, today it is the random question. Your guess is as good as mine. Categories include your favorite holidays and smartest states. We will play Profile This. Plus headlines, the Men's Room Shot of the Day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
The clock.
Drinking to draw. All right, here we go. Florida man dies after his street sweeper sweeps him off the street. Meanwhile, for some reason, farting is trending, and I don't know what it is today, if you like to tweet. Montana is marrying a ton of couples that don't have to show up. An Olympic skier would have probably been very better off wearing his cup. And a Minnesota man goes ice fishing, then goes truck sledding. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, a 79-year-old man in England, he underwent a series of cosmetic procedures to make himself look younger. Now, unfortunately for him, after his latest surgery, he can't close his eyes. He literally has to tape them shut at night to see. He has to take eye drops all day. He can't close his eyes. Now you're thinking, man, oh man, that's a weird thing. And it is. But oddly enough, he's not alone. A woman in China also had cosmetic surgery. Now she can't close her eyes either. Now, in both of these cases, these were elective surgeries. They chose to do this to themselves. Personally, if I have to go to the hospital, it's because something has gone catastrophically wrong. Like, say, I don't know, I accidentally shot myself in the foot. Guy in Florida did exactly that. The cops had pulled him over, and he decided to jump out of the car and run for it. And actually, he had a pretty good sprint going on until he shot himself. As it turns out, unloading a bullet into your foot, it will slow down your running time. Who knew? Now, these are just some of the stories we've come across. Stories that left us with many, many questions. Questions we'd like to ask you in the form of our random question, and this is how it works. You call us, we'll ask you a question at complete random. And after you share your story, we will share with you the news story that inspired said question.
Be part of the big show, the random question. Call 206-421-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live. And send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
Oh, fiddle fiddlesticks!
What, Wilbur?
We just got hit and I think my back has all been out of shape.
You gotta talk with those whippersnappers at the Advocates Law Firm. They're the best injury lawyers around.
What?
Pipe down, Clarence! Abner's telling me about the lawyers and the advocates. So what happened to you, Abner?
I was walking across the street with the light when some young punk came screeching around the corner. I lost a toe.
What?
Shut it, Clarence! If you get injured, the advocates get results.
AdvocatesLaw.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Avocado believes in a healthier way to make a mattress. Better for you, better for the planet. That's the promise of Avocado Green's organic certified mattresses, bedding, and furniture. All handcrafted in sunny Los Angeles with the best natural materials on Earth. As a carbon-negative company and proudly certified B Corp, we believe our business can be a force for good. Shop organic on avocadogreenmattress.com.
Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Hold it, y'all. That's the way we go. Welcome to season 17, episode number 3,629. What a large and in charge program we have for you today.
That's right.
This beautiful President's Day guaranteed future repeat. That is a fact. Is anyone out there today?
At least two people. They're glad we're here. It says, thank you for working today. It's nice to hear live discussion. Someone else says, thanks for being live today. It's my normal day off. Tired of all the repeat crap on the radio shows I listen to normally. You people are by far my favorites.
Well, you got to help us out today, man, because there's nobody out there, man. If you believe that to be true, get on the damn phone and call us with a random question. And we do have a big show, including the random question. Your guess is as good as mine coming up, too. The categories include your favorite holidays and smartest states. As today is President's Day, we figured, hey, what the hell? Why not talk about what holiday you enjoy the most and what holiday you enjoy the very least. So we have the top 10 on there as far as that is concerned. And we have a list of the 10 smartest states in the United States. I think it's easier to go with the other category. The 10 not so educated states.
Yeah, I think that's much easier.
In the U.S. So you can pick either one of those two categories, but they did all the metrics as far as prestigious schools, citizens there that have a degree, high school graduates, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Took all those numbers, crunched them down. I think libraries, museums play a factor in this. There's all kinds of dynamics, but either way.
Yeah, much easier to go dumb.
I really do. I think if you're going to pick a category and you're not going to go with the holidays, that is the absolute way to go. Coming up with your guess is as good as mine. Of course, we will do the Men's Room Happy Hour today and the return of the effing news as we go exclusively on over to the Odyssey app for the Men's Room Happy Hour Monday through Friday at 6 o'clock, at least when the show is live. If you don't have the Odyssey app, download the channel now. It's absolutely free. Search for the Men's Room Happy Hour, and that channel goes live. Coming up at 6 o'clock, adults only, by the way. This is an R-rated segment we do as we offer more Men's Room every weekday. So hopefully you can join us for that. What else we got going on? Oh, you know what tomorrow is? This is the craziest gimmick ever. It's Tuesday here on The Rock. Do you know what Tuesday means?
I mean, not technically. I mean, but it's named after what, a Roman
Tomorrow
god?
is February 22nd, 2022.
I see what's going on there.
So here, now figure this one out. All day long, all Tuesday long, we will play 2 songs from your favorite artists. And some from artists you can't stand, like the Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to happen,
play
too.
Some of your
You hear
favorites.
them, you get 2.
Yeah. Exactly. Either way.
If you don't like them, you're not going to like them for twice as long.
Back in the day, the classic rock stations would say they were 2 for Tuesdays or double shot Tuesdays. And now it's just Taco Tuesday most places. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but, we have that rare
That's what we should have done. We should have given away tacos. But instead, what we have for you is a chance to win 2 tickets to 2 shows every 2 hours. And there are some good shows coming around. Foo Fighters, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Maiden, The Who, Jack White, Judas Priest, Slipknot,
Is
Rage
it
Against the
Maiden,
Machine.
or is it just the evening with Bruce Dickinson?
They take the 2 tickets for that hour. You know what I mean? They say, hey, we're going to give away these tickets now. And so basically, we'll give you those code words tomorrow. But your chance to win plenty of tickets tomorrow on a Tuesday. And today is the day that we do our random question. 206-421-ROCK. Hey!
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, see, you did that. Very theme-oriented.
Right. It's President's Day. Yay! We're going to talk about a lot about our favorite presidents in great detail tonight.
Hello, Lisa. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Lisa, welcome to the program. Random question. All right, Lisa. What would you say is either the longest you've waited in line for something, or what is one thing that you would maybe wait in line for, depending?
Well, I can tell you that the longest I've waited for something recently was court, but that was, but I would never want to wait for that. You'd be surprised how crazy it is, that wait.
Wait. Why did you have to go to court?
That's not important. I mean, that's not important.
It's not important.
It's not important at all.
Is it that bad or that embarrassing?
It's more so just like it sucks.
Okay.
I did the stupid thing. Back like a while ago. But either way, I would love to wait in line for tickets to see a band that I was supposed to see because you guys were just talking about it, and it really just reminded me I was going to go see my favorite band 2 years ago, right before Rona hit, and I'm like, I had the ticket spot and everything, and then they rescheduled, and then they had to cancel the whole show, and it was at the Tacoma Dome, and I'm like, I would wait days in a line to just be able to see them still.
Who's the band?
Well, it was headlined by Five Finger Death Punch, but it had Papa Roach. But the band I wanted to see was I Prevail.
Oh, okay. All right.
It was going to be my first band to ever see like a show of at all.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, and I was so excited.
They'll probably come back around.
I feel like if you're old enough to go to court for something stupid, you should be old enough that you've already seen a concert. Yeah. Like that should be the deal.
I know. But I haven't. So I'm like, ooh.
When did they reschedule? I'm right there with you, man. My buddy and I bought tickets to see Rage Against the Machine. They're going to play in April of 2020 , right?
Mm-hmm. That was when I was going to go see the band. Like, they were supposed to be April 26th, but they rescheduled October 19th of 2020, then they canceled. So. It's still like my tickets are still valid, but at this point, it has now been postponed to 2023.
Right.
And the worst part about it is me and my buddy from Texas, he flew up here from Texas, right? Rona hits. Then he flew back up last year when they had rescheduled it, right? But it got canceled. So he's just blowing money left and right. And he just sent me a very angry text about a week ago. Says F 2022. It's the Rage Against the Machine show. He's like, our tickets are still good.
Right.
But now it's scheduled for 2023.
That was the one with Run the Jewels, right?
That is correct, man. It was going to be a real, I mean.
Yeah, like I paid for tickets for that one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Your tickets should still be valid, man.
All right.
They keep updating us. Like if you're in their system, they keep updating like, hey, we know you've been waiting. It's just going to be 3 years later than you thought. You know, people have died since then. Like someone bought tickets to go to this show. It's like, yeah, they're dead. They're gone. They can't go, right?
By the time they play, they can be walking the jewels.
I know.
I think I can remember.
LPs will get old.
It'll be their farewell tour by the time it happens.
Right.
At one point in time in Dulles, I got there 2 hours early. It took an hour and a half to get through security. And I remember because it was just like, this line's not moving.
Right.
And you start getting nervous because, like, am I going to make my flight?
And there's nothing you can do.
I mean, I literally walked up and they were boarding. So it wasn't like I had time to get a beer or anything like that. But I was so, like, this was the last flight out. I needed to get on that plane. But I think lately, the DMV, I went in for that advanced driver's license where you can go to Canada.
Enhanced ID?
Yeah, the enhanced ID. And when I walked in there, it was like, my number was 141. And they were on like number 60.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean? And you can see them like dinging and, different numbers. But I mean, they were not moving very fast.
Right.
That was definitely an hour and 45 minutes.
And then how long were you actually interacting with an employee?
Once you get up there, basically just give them your ID. And
wait for an hour. And then whatever your interaction is, it takes like 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah. It was quick. I mean, they just took my picture. And honestly, that machine spit out the ID pretty quick. So it wasn't like I was standing up very long. But that was a pain in the ass. But the reason we asked what's the longest line?
A giant line in security in an airport will ruin your day.
It does. Yeah. Look,
you have time, right? That's why you got there when you did. But like, it happened to me once, same area, but like over at BWI. And just as I'm walking, I'm like, there's no way this is the same line for security. And they're like, yep, totally. Mm-hmm. And they're holding up signs that are like 45 minutes away, an hour away.
But typically when I'm waiting in line for something, I don't also have baggage.
Right.
It just sucks. And and if you get too upset about it, that's going to be a problem for you.
Reason we asked, what's the longest you've waited in line for anything? This weekend sees many of the parks at the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando hit capacity. Ahead of this President's Day weekend, Magic Kingdom Park, Disney's Animal Kingdom, and Disney's Hollywood Studios were all completely sold out.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sellout crowds mean high wait times, and 6 of Disney World's most popular attractions just hit the 800-plus minute total. So basically, Disney brought in a staggering $7 billion in revenue when they did their Q1 call for this year. Now, despite the pandemic and everything, Disney resorts have seen skyrocketing profits thanks to price increases across merchandise, food, and park tickets. In fact, Florida as a whole has seen a lot of pre-pandemic levels of tourism, which suggests that theme parks and resorts like Disney World, Universal Orlando, and SeaWorld are big draws, even with the COVID-19 restrictions.
Somebody said thrill. Tap the mic thrice if VD is holding you against your will and forcing you to work today.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he is. That's him. Another factor that has certainly bolstered Disney's bottom line is the launch of the Disney Genie system.
What is?
Sorry,
what is the?
I'm just laughing at Thrill Tap for the mic because you're trying to talk.
Well, no. Do you know what the Genie system is?
That's newer.
It's brand new.
I have no idea.
This includes the Fast Pass Plus replacement service, Disney Genie Plus, and individual Lightning Lane selections for an additional fee, of course. And a fee that changes as well. It's a flexible fee. Guests can pay for quicker access to their favorite attractions like Space Mountain, Frozen Ever After, Steve.
Oh, my God.
The Haunted Mansion, and Big Thunder Mountain. However, even with this new paid service, it hasn't noticeably altered crowd levels in some cases. Guests have actually left the Lightning Lane entrance once they noticed that the regular standby line was shorter. So
really?
It's almost like going through TSA pre-check and realizing that
line's longer.
Everybody's got it.
Yeah, exactly. So you'd be better off just doing the regular one. Either way, they estimated this weekend alone that if you were to go to Disney and they take into consideration some of the more popular attractions, Twilight Zone, Terror of Tower, that wait right now
Terror of Tower?
110 minutes. Twilight Zone, Tower of Terror. Terror of Tower. Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Yeah, 105.
What you
I don't speak French, man.
Ratatouille.
Famous movie.
Hey, Garcon, I didn't watch it. You think I'm going to watch that damn movie?
You think I watched it?
No.
Right. I mean, but Ratatouille was pretty much everywhere.
All right. Well, I don't pay attention to that stuff.
Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Oh, Ratatouille.
I'll have 2 of those.
Oh, we chef.
The Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is 130 minutes. The Slinky...
Wait. Do you...
It's almost over 2 hours.
What is my experience if I get on these Seven Dwarfs Mine Train?
I don't know.
I mean, that sounds lame.
I've never actually been on that one. I've never actually been on It's a Small World.
The Slinky Dog Dash is 140-minute wait.
I mean, I can tell you, in 2011, we waited 3 hours to get on Soarin'.
Oh, my God.
The Avatar,
and how long is Soarin'? Like 2 minutes, 90 seconds, whatever?
Tops.
Yeah.
Jesus.
The Avatar Flight of Passage is 175 minutes. Passage. And Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, 155 minutes. So those have all breached the 100-minute wait time. So basically, if you were at the park today and you wanted to ride any of those rides...
And this is with the Lightning, or Genie Pass.
Yeah, correct. 6 rides combined, you would wait 13 and a half hours.
Jesus.
To ride 6 rides of the major attractions.
That's why they're major attractions.
So the big trick is, right, with the Fast Pass, or with the, not, wait a minute, I'm trying to remember which one's which. Right, the Fast Pass, right? So how we did it was we had a big group.
All right.
It's like as soon as we would go to a park, we'd pick whatever the most 2 popular ones are, right? So let's say you're at Animal Kingdom. Obviously, you want to do the safari, and you want to do the Everest ride. So me and Mike and Miles would be like, everybody give us your tickets. We're going to run over to Everest. We're going to get in. It's going to give us a fast pass time of like 90 minutes to 2 hours.
So we'll go try to ride something else in the meantime.
Right. So that way, everybody else is kind of waiting in the one line. We come back, and I have to sneak the line a little bit to find our group. But then by the time we wait for a normal wait time, by the time we're done with that, we should be able to walk across the park and get on another ride.
It just sounds terrible. The real secret is a wheelchair. If you got a kid in a wheel, right, broken leg, you get moved up, man.
You should be able to find those people.
Well, remember, people got in trouble at the Disney parks because they were doing
it for real. Like they
would hire somebody that they.
Well, it's like that. Like I'm there with my kid. All right, we're eating ice cream. Well, they see that my kid has a broken leg, they're in a wheelchair, and they're like, "Listen, man, can we borrow your kid? Honestly, just to get, and you understand as a parent, but we'll take your kid with us." And we'll go on the ride. And you're like, yeah, okay. But people are trading money for this, man. You give me $200, like, hell yeah.
Okay. Jeez. What would be the most slimy way to try? I mean, that's slimy.
The wheelchair. I mean,
is that
it's a button line. Because what else could you do?
Okay, there's all kinds
of
things.
Cutting a line.
You could do all kinds of things.
So you got to play the. And now it depends why you convince people you're in a wheelchair.
I'm saying this is. I'm just saying. Not that I would do this. But I'm going to be.
How are you sitting in the wheelchair?
Okay, we all have Make-A-Wish shirts on.
Do we have anyone with us, or are we just wearing Make-A-Wish?
We have
someone.
your son.
Okay, yeah.
And we all, and he is dressed like a pirate or something. You know what I mean? Like we've hooked him up.
Right. He has to be dressed stupid. Sure.
No chance.
Why?
What?
Because it's Make-A-Wish. It's a massive organization. You don't think Disney knows when a kid's coming in from Make-A-Wish?
It's not that, but I don't know if the guy running the roller coaster knows.
Does he know? If I walk up and say...
I never thought I'd say this, but, like, let's just fake a kid injury.
Peterson family here with a Make-A-Wish.
That is going down a wrong path. I mean, we're already down the wrong path with having this kid fake an injury.
This is terrible.
Why don't you fake the injury?
I'll fake the injury. I'm fine. I just need the wheelchair. But I think a kid helps. Like, the kid doesn't have to be injured, but if the kid's pushing me... Oh. Right? Seriously, right? This poor kid has to push around his big-ass dad in the wheelchair. His dad broke his leg or whatever I'm doing. And a cast made of cocaine. Like, yeah, we are. I mean, if you're going to do it, go all in.
If you had
My cast is made out of cocaine.
You can't go on the long ride.
If you're a doctor, could you put a cast on your left ankle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just for the day.
I would.
Just for the day.
Honest to God, yeah.
Put yourself in a boot.
And get a wheelchair.
Yeah, I think the boot's the way to go.
Over a wheelchair?
No. I'm saying over trying to get a cast on.
Okay.
Just put a walking boot on, call it a day. Get that wheelchair.
More of the random question coming up. 206-421-ROCK.
Hey, all the Bacholas, thank you so much for listening to the Men's Room Podcast.
And thanks to our pals at the Advocates Law Firm for being great partners. Yes, even you, creepy Kyle.
Seriously, though, if you had been injured as a result of somebody else in your car, on your bike, walking across the street, talk to our friends at the Advocates Law Firm and let them help you out.
Yeah, they're the best injury lawyers around, and they want to make sure that you're not taken advantage of. Plus, your first consultation is free.
It's simple. You get injured, the advocates get results. Contact them today at advocateslaw.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
At Avocado, we believe everyone deserves a safe, healthy mattress and a great night's sleep. That's why we're so excited to introduce our new Eco-Organic mattress, starting at just $6.99 with easy financing and made with the same incredibly comfortable, naturally cool materials you've come to expect from Avocado. It's a radically affordable, certified organic mattress held to the highest standards of social and environmental responsibility. Organic sleep awaits at avocadomattress.com.
Right, question, 206-421-ROCK.
We were talking about Disney, right? All the long lines. They have the Genie Plus Lightning Pass or some crap. Somebody here says they don't tell you about this new Disney Genie Plus Lightning Pass. If you want to go on those top draw rides, those 2+ hour rides, they're only available to those staying at the resorts. So if you purchase the Genie Pass thinking you can get those passes, you will not. We did this over Christmas/New Year holiday and ended up spending 4 hours to ride the 2 rides, even with the Genie Pass. They're making bank.
Okay.
Yeah, they do stuff like that. Like, there used to be one we would buy, too. Like, once a month at the World, they would close the park early. But then if you were staying on property and bought this e-ticket, it would stay open 3 hours later, but everybody else had to leave.
Okay.
So we would literally just walk up and go on Space Mountain, walk up, go on it.
All right. Then someone here says, we were like, well, how could you skip the line? We tried. Make-A-Wish. Sure. Wheelchair's the way to go. Someone says, I used to take groups of people in wheelchairs to Disneyland. Had a guy yell at us that it wasn't fair that we got to go to the front. I told him, I'm pretty sure my guys would love to trade with him and walk for the rest of their lives, and he could take over the chair. The guy's wife hit him and told him to shut up. Oh, President's Day.
Yeah, President's Day.
Hello, Scott. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, Visuala.
Hola. Scott, welcome to the program. Random question. And happy President's Day to you, Scott.
Washington's birthday.
You know,
we live in Washington now.
Yeah, it's okay to say happy President's Day to someone if they're not a president.
No, it's the War on President's Day. You didn't know this? Yeah.
All right, okay. All right, let's go with this one. Have you ever been in
wait a minute. If you're not the president, right?
Like
if you're Jewish.
He calling you and saying, like, happy birthday, Steve. You're like, it's not my birthday.
It's not my birthday.
It's like, well, you're not president.
Like, I don't say happy Passover to someone who's not Jewish.
No.
Even though Passover's still ongoing, I don't bother to say it.
But they're presidents of the United States.
Yeah,
We're all
but
here in the United States. You could say, hey, happy President's Day.
I disagree. You're not a president. Why would I say that? Look, if I bump into a president or former president, I would gladly tell him, hey, by the way, happy President's Day, man.
Would you tell either one of these guys happy Mother's Day?
That'd be stupid, Ted.
Hey, it's not a national holiday, so I don't care.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm only talking about
you're
national
going to
holidays.
federal. All right,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
All right, happy Memorial Day. Well, it's kind of an oxymoron.
Well, you're not
happy
really
Veterans Day.
Right.
Not a veteran.
You call a veteran. You say, hey, happy Veterans Day.
All right, what about back to President's Day then? So there you go. Mm-hmm. If you're not a president, I don't wish it to.
Well, I called Miles last month.
For?
I know.
Oh, I do remember that. You woke me up very early on a Monday. My man. What? Who is this? Who is this? All right. Have you ever been in an argument at work with a coworker or got into it on the job? Maybe a customer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
I've worked for one of the larger grocers for the last 16 years, so many times I've gotten into it with somebody.
Is it just based on what? They're not doing their job properly?
Well, the most infamous one is me and a store manager got into it. I was his grocery manager, and I did all the ordering for the center of the store. And backtrack about 2 years before this argument, I'd shown up, and my job was to clean out the store, get inventory levels under control. And we had a couple pallets of 8.9-ounce Cheerios. And we had to distress them because they had gone out of date. Like, nobody bought that size Cheerios in that store. And so a couple years in the future, we end up having a grand opening, and that's going to be like buy one, get one on 8.9-ounce Cheerios. And I go to order, and I see there's like 80 cases of Cheerios. And there's like 12, I think, to a case. So that's a lot of friggin' Cheerios. And I'm like, that can't be right. So I delete the order out of the gun, and I'm like, 80, he probably meant 8. So I'll order 8, add 2 for my shelf. I'll order 10 cases. And I get a phone call. And he just starts cussing me out, saying how I've screwed up the whole grand opening floor display and how it's not going to look right and we can't get the product in on time. And I said, you know that we distressed 2 pallets. And, okay, well, I'm going to pull all the strings I can to make it right, but if we're wrong, it's going to be your ass. I said, you know what? Sounds good. So we get through the grand opening. We get through that wholesale. I ordered 4 cases to refill that front display for him. And so we ended up only needing 14, not 80, 14 cases. And he still to this day comes up and looks at me and goes, man, I'm really glad we had enough Cheerios for that display. And I'm like, you son of a... I know what I'm doing.
I would say in my time...
Yeah, I've never heard of the big Cheerio,
I've had a lot of arguments about a lot of things. Never 8.9 ounces of Cheerios, though. Mm. That is a first for me.
It's stupid small box. Have you ever bought 8.9 for your kids? No.
No, what is the average size? Like, if I buy a regular box of Cheerios, like, how much is that?
So, if you're looking at the 8.9, like, at that point, I think that was like the $3 box. So, the skinniest, smallest box you can, it's got like, 4 bowls in it. Like, you buy it for your, grandparent that's on death row, just sitting in the nursing home because you don't want to order or you don't want to buy too much for them. No, when you buy cereal for your kids, you're buying like 18 the big box. Or 24 ounces.
I would still buy the big box for my grandparents if they didn't know that I didn't think that they would live long enough to finish a box of Cheerios.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? You got me the 8.9. I'm dying, aren't I?
Well, the reason we asked, have you ever been in an argument at work with a coworker? And believe it or not, what a cereal need? It needs some milk. A 23-year-old man in Massachusetts named Omar Rios. He was arrested for stabbing another man 5 a.m. last Thursday morning. Both Omar and the victim worked the graveyard shift at Walmart, and they were on break when it happened. According to police, they were arguing over spilled milk. Literally. Omar is a janitor, and he was upset because the other guy spilled milk and didn't clean it up. They argued, and it ended with Omar stabbing the guy. For what it's worth, Omar claims the other guy punched him in the face first. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Omar was charged with assault and battery with a dangerous weapon. The other guy was hospitalized, but he'll be fine. Either way, Omar was released until his next court date. And apparently, he's back to work at Walmart. But if he and the other guy he stabbed on the graveyard shift together, they have to stay 20 yards away from each other the entire time that they're working. So
what if he throws it?
They're both back at work.
I know.
They're both
I
back
can
at
throw
work
knives
now,
too.
but they can't be within 20 feet of each other. That's what they agreed
What do you have to do to get fired from Walmart? You know what I mean? Like, hey, and look, man, you know, we've been in trouble plenty of times through our careers, but I've never stabbed a coworker.
Overnight shift, man. That's one of those where I think that would be a tough one to fill, just based on the hours, man. Sure, it's brutal. You know what I mean? It's just working the overnight radio. It makes your life upside down. The pay rate is basically the same as a daytime shift. Mm-hmm. So as soon as you can get off that shift and get to a different shift,
that's why everybody does it.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to switch as soon as you can. So maybe it's just the fact that they can't find people that could fill the position.
Is it that bad?
I don't know.
It's so bad that we have retained
Omar.
Our employee. Yeah, Omar.
Maybe
here.
the other guy was like, you know what? It just got heated. I don't think he's gonna stab me again. Just keep him 20 yards from me.
That's true of anything. Like, he stabbed me once. I'd like to think he won't do that again.
I guess, but like we say, there's a period in your age, like in your early 20s. Like, I'm friends with people that have punched me before.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, I am too.
Like, if they had stabbed me, I think we'd still be friends.
It's just, hey.
Things got wild that night.
Chippy.
Okay.
We had too much white wine.
Theirs was spilled milk, man. Just saying. Hello, David. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola.
David, welcome to the program. Okay. All right, David, we're going to do something here for you, all right? Today's President's Day. Now, with the exception of George Washington and Abraham Lincoln, we want you to name as many presidents as you possibly can in 30 seconds. Are you ready?
Sure.
3, 2, and 1, go.
Jefferson, Carter, Ford, Lincoln.
No Lincolns.
Roosevelt, Eisenhower, Jimmy Carter.
Nope. You already did that
I already did, Carter.
You got 5.
George Washington.
No. Other than George Washington. And
No
Abraham
Washingtons, no Lincolns. Oh.
There you go. Time's up. 5.
Do you even remember
5.
the 5 that you said?
No. Hey, I'm not playing sober.
All right. That's fair.
Miles, who's your favorite lesser-known president?
Probably Grover Cleveland Steamer.
All right.
I got to go James Polk because his name makes me laugh.
Yeah. I go with Martin Van Buren.
All right.
Any reason why?
I'm part of the Van Buren Boys. It's our gang sign.
The hell's the Van Buren Boys?
Oh, it's a stupid thing from Seinfeld.
Okay.
I did go over the list, and there are a few that just didn't, that were not top of mind to me. I was telling Steve, like Franklin Pierce.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I've heard the name.
Another name. I don't know. Was he 1800s maybe?
Yeah, he was number 14, if I'm not mistaken. He was 2 before Lincoln.
He was 14.
That's why we have Pierce County.
Well, not only that, but that's why we have King County. William R. King was his vice president.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, what else? Who else doesn't sound...
Oh, yeah, let's dig in there.
Chester Arthur?
Yeah, I know him.
Ooh,
Chester
sure.
Okay.
Great mustache.
Benjamin Harrison. I'm not sure that if you asked me true false, was Benjamin Harrison.
I know he was the president, but again, I'm guessing 1800s, maybe.
He was a little later because he was also a Beatle.
Yes.
Jesus. But all the other names are recognizable. I don't know if they'd be top of mind.
All right. I got a few for you. All right. Now, these are not real presidents, but it is President's Day. We should
You mean like that jackass Franklin, or Ben Franklin?
Ben Franklin. I know. He was the president. No, he was not. But people that have played presidents in movies and or television shows, Josiah/Jed Bartlett. He was on a TV show. What do you think of Mike?
I believe that was West Wing Martin Sheen.
You are correct. All right. Okay.
How do you know Martin Sheen's real name? Oh, no, that's the president, fake president.
Oh, my God. All right. Who played the role of James Marshall? He was President James Marshall. He wanted you to get off his damn plane.
Ah, yes.
Harrison Ford, Air Force One. Michael Douglas as Andrew Shepard. Do you know the movie?
Oh, Dating a President. Or wasn't it something like A Date with the President?
It was just called The American President. But well done.
He was single.
All right.
There's a big storyline in it.
This is from an ABC political drama. The president was Mackenzie Allen. The actress was Gina Davis. I think this show may have been on one season. Like, I vaguely remember them advertising it, never saw it. Commander-in-Chief.
Okay.
All right, now here's one. Now, Morgan Freeman shows up a couple of times because he has been the president in Something Has Fallen, I think.
Yeah, Olympus Has Fallen, yeah.
All right. He was also a president. He played Tom Beck. Sci-fi movie, late 90s. End of the world kind of situation. Deep Impact.
Oh, yeah.
All of those part of Dirty Big Dummy.
All right. Ted, you like a good rom-com.
Sure.
Who played the president in the movie Love Actually, starring Hugh Grant? It's played by Billy Bob Thornton. He simply played the president.
Oh, just the president?
The president. All right, we go to the ABC drama series Scandal. Does anyone know the president there? The actor was Tony Goldwyn. He was Fitzgerald Grant III. That show was out for a while. Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. Does anyone remember who played Tim Robbins? That is right, as the president. In the movie First Daughter, starring Michael Keaton, he played President Mackenzie. Along with Anne Hathaway. Kelsey Grammer, he has played a president. In the movie Swing Vote, he played the role of Andrew Boone. And, what was it? Prison Break, that TV show. Patricia Wedig is Caroline Reynolds. She was our president.
You guys ever see the movie Dave?
That was, hold on, don't tell me the guy's name. Kevin Kline.
Yeah.
That's right. And he played what? He looked like the president?
He looked like the president. So the president had a heart attack while having sex with his mistress.
Right.
So then they plucked Dave out because he looks exactly like him. And he's like the fake president. But he actually gets some stuff done, Mike.
Right. What a witty thing. Balance the budget, everything. Hello, Tony. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitch, hola.
Hola.
Tony, welcome to the program. Random question. Okay, Tony. I'll go a little delicate on this. But let's just say that you need a little solo time, right? And you get on your favorite adult website there. And there are a bunch of categories that you can choose from as far as the pictures and movies that are available. Where do you tend to go to as far as what your own personal tastes are when it comes to that type of thing?
Oh, that was this morning. Asian persuasion.
Okay. All right.
Is there anything that goes along with that? Like, short hair, long hair, puffy nipples, shiny butt?
Go skinny and hairless.
Now, let me ask you a question. Typically, you go for things that you cannot get in real life. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I just look at women.
That, you know what I'm saying? So, typically those categories, if you have a certain type of person that you've gone out with before, and it's not that you don't find those people attractive, obviously you do. It's just the fact that there's something out there that you have never, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Never experienced, so you tend to go in that direction sometimes.
So I like women with two vaginas.
Right.
Never had
I think
these.
it also depends on, like, if I'm single, sometimes I just watch porn that kind of looks like stuff I'm attracted to. But you're right. If I'm dating the person who I'm attracted to, then it goes opposite.
Oh, it's way different.
Yeah. Because you know.
That's why I keep looking at guys, baby. You're a woman and we're married, so.
Reason we asked, what is your favorite porn category? Headline says a massive black bear breaks into California homes and continues to make appearances throughout town. Hank the Tank, as he has been nicknamed by residents, has been breaking into South Lake Tahoe homes for over 7 months now. For over a half a year, a large black bear has appeared around the area. He has broken into 28 homes.
That's why Miles asked.
It caused property
because the
damage.
Headline says that a large black bear. Hi, my name is.
He had to sound like that, though.
It's just my voice.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
33 times.
It's Hey, Hank the Tank.
By the way, Hank the Tank is massive. This bear is over 500 pounds.
You don't have to fat shame.
He's extremely food
I'll be on bottom.
needy. Does not appear to be afraid of humans, according to the California.
Because he's a 500-pound bear.
It's mostly water weight.
It's my thyroid.
Yeah. Hank is notable for his
lose
appearance.
it by summer.
He is described as exceptionally large. The South Tahoe Police Department posted to Facebook about Hank's most recent break-in, which occurred on Friday. On Catalina Drive this morning, Officer Sullivan and Wallace responded to a report of Hank inside another home.
They banged on the exterior of the home.
So did I.
Until he then popped out of a back door. Then they stayed in the area to ensure he continued on his way without damaging any other homes.
You don't have to chase me.
Discovered he had broken into a home through a small window.
Handcuffs.
Yes.
Can we use those even if you don't arrest me?
Department of Fish and Wildlife is considering various options for how to handle Hank. Here's the problem with Hank. Hank has gotten so used to eating people food and being around human beings that they truly believe that if they just dropped him in the middle of the woods, that he would die. But if they keep him around town so he can dumpster dive and everything else, it causes a problem around humans, so they're not exactly sure where to...
Have I heard anyone?
Yeah, where to take the bear to. They say Hank...
I have not raised a paw to anyone.
They might capture him and place him in some kind of a habitat.
Oh, no, please don't do that.
But they note that placing an adult black bear in habitat is difficult because there are not a lot of places to do that.
That's a 500-pound black bear.
Exactly. So Hank's
Put me in the playpen at McDonald's. Really? Bear spray in the face?
But apparently people know he's very well known in the area.
I have my own bear spray.
The problem is
Just shake it up.
He's breaking into people's homes. He is knocking their doors down. He is breaking through their windows. Like, he's not just outside.
I don't know my own power, Miles.
I'm just hungry.
Random.
It's the weekend. You have snacks.
Hank attack.
Can I have a snack? Only you.
Your trash can smells so hot.
The doctor says I'm pre-diabetic.
Your dog's awfully cute. The one who's barking at me.
I mean, I'm assuming he got that big because he keeps eating human food.
Yes.
Damn straight.
Yes.
You guys ever had Teddy Grahams?
Ever had a gummy bear?
I'm gonna try this new thing, jogging.
Ooh, I like how you run.
More black bear talk coming up, and more of the random question.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.